Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Infinite Space News. Today we got some pretty interesting stories, so let's just get right into it. First up, we got NASA. He's going to be exploring the Trojan asteroid belt, which, if you don't know what that is, I'll explain. So they're doing this with the Lucy program, which I find to be an interesting name. And that is officially being assembled at the moment. So they're going to explore it with this, and they finally started to assemble it. It has not been assembled yet, but it's starting to be assembled. Assembly should be done around July 2021, and the launch should be around October 2021. So you can bet I'll be reporting on that when it happens. But besides that, the one after the launch, I guess you can call it probe Lucy, will be getting around Jupiter, which is where the asteroid belt is. It's in the same orbit as Jupiter, around 2025. And it will actually be exploring the asteroids around 2033. You guys might not know this, but Jupiter is way farther away than Mars is. As you can see, the asteroids are represented here by the green dots, and really that's why it will take much longer, because as we know, Mars, it only takes about 6 months or so, I'd say, or more than that, maybe 8, to get to Mars. But then to Jupiter, it'll take years and years, so you can see why that is. And not to mention, this probe will also have to go through the asteroid belt that is between Jupiter and Mars, besides the fact that it also, needs to get to these asteroids in Jupiter's orbit. So I'm wishing the best of luck to NASA. I hope they get there. It should be very interesting. We don't know that much about Jupiter yet, so who's to say what we'll find on their asteroids, especially. If there could have been life on their moon, and Jupiter's moon, there could be life on the asteroids, on those many asteroids over there. So who knows? We'll see. Alright, next up in the news, you guys remember Artemis 1 is set to launch next year. Now, I'm not sure where it is launching. I know it's happening in November because they've already had many milestones that have allowed them to assemble this even during COVID-19. And I'm assuming they're probably going to do some tests to go to the moon, or perhaps they are going to launch up a satellite or something. But again, good on you, NASA. Good to see that everything's going well. I still think this is proof that NASA might be winning the space race, though China probably is making progress and we just don't know about it here in the US, or as much about it in the US. So yeah, good on you, NASA. Speaking of NASA, NASA's doing a lot of things. Their Spitzer satellite has seen what I'm going to call a star factory, which is basically a giant cloud of gas and whatnot. And this is about I don't know how, what's to compare this to, but this is about 2 quadrillion miles across. So I honestly have no idea how the scale of that compared to, say, Earth or something, but I know that's pretty freaking big. So it's pretty interesting. This could be the birthplace of many stars, because if you don't know, stars are almost entirely made of hydrogen and helium and a few other things, and they just form in these big gas clouds. So cool discovery. Now, you guys know this wouldn't be a proper Infinite Space News video if I did not mention SpaceX. So my boy Elon, he has decided to do something slightly crazy, but I still like it. He has launched 3 rockets on the same day, today, which I believe they were live earlier, I'm not sure. And so the rockets he sent up, one was for Starlink, which they've sent up the 12th Starlink, I guess deploying system you could call it. So now they have, I believe, hundreds of Starlink satellites in the atmosphere at the moment, so that's cool. They've also sent up the Falcon 9, but the most interesting thing here is the Starship. They have done a top test, I believe, which is when they just launch it up and then it comes back down. So honestly, I think that's pretty neat because, again, with the space race, this proves that SpaceX is indeed working hard. 3 launches in one day is no joke. These are all in separate locations, by the way. And so, with the Starship being launched, it shows that they are making progress to getting to the Moon and Mars. And honestly, I'm just excited to see what Elon has in store for us. I think he's going to make it. Blue Origin still a little behind, but they might catch up. But Elon, he's got his, what's the expression? His foot on the gas. Alright, the last story of the day. Pretty interesting one, I would say. Is Earth's water could have come from another planet, or I should say meteor shower. So let me explain. So there is a theory that Earth's oceans came from ice from comets or asteroids that landed here. But now with the discovery of some newer, or discovery on newer meteorites, which if you guys don't know the difference between meteorites and asteroids, meteorites are basically asteroids, but asteroids are rocks that don't go through Earth's atmosphere, and meteorites are the ones that do go through Earth's atmosphere. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's basically that. So evidence from these new studies has shown that it is highly likely that there was enough water on these meteorites to fill the entire ocean. So tell me in the comments below if you think that's pretty interesting, and also tell me in the comments below if you think that NASA and SpaceX are going to win the space race to the Moon and or Mars. Tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions, and if you want to hear the daily news, please subscribe to this channel. And yeah, that's all I got for you today. So see you next time, and bye for now.